So she'll be listening to the podcast. I'm just over here drawing, and then I'll look over at her, and she'll just be like glaring at me because of something I said. Like
I
in the
forgot, and then
episode.
I just got remembered. I just got remembered, and it made me angry. There was this guy and this girl, and they wanted to make a podcast. And they didn't know what to call it, but they sure talked a lot. So they said, let's call it Flappity Flap. Flappity Flap Podcast. Yeah. Okay. Greetings. Greetings,
Hello.
one and all.
Hello.
It's the Flappity Flap Podcast. Sarah and Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Your favorite hosts.
Yes.
Doing some technical tweaks.
Uh-huh. Ready?
Should it be touching the microphone?
Stay bent. I don't want it touching, but I want it close. Because you have to be very close to the mic for it to pick you up properly.
Proper pick up.
And you're pretty
picture.
far from your mic.
Well, fuck. There we go. Ha! I've outsmarted you yet again.
You can also loosen this and then scoot it down.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Did you want to do a cool intro? Kind of past the point.
I thought we already did our
It wasn't
super
cool.
awesome,
It wasn't cool.
super cool intro.
I got wispy hairs like dangling.
Stop pulling them out.
Well,
When you pull out your wispy hairs, guess what happens? You then have another short hair on its way.
nobody asked you.
I don't care.
All right. No, it was a good suggestion. They get in my eye line, and then I just want to yank them.
Well, you have a hair that's trying to become a long hair, and then you pull it.
It needs to just give
and that's
up.
why you end up.
It's never going to be a hair.
That's why you end up with more short little wispies.
Well, Dr. Hair School expert. All right.
You
That's
don't have to be a
fair.
doctor to know that if you pull a hair, a short one is going to replace it.
Yeah, but if I pull it up by the root like a weed, doesn't it just...
No, it keeps growing.
That's dumb.
I mean,
Who
waxing,
invented
right?
my hairline? That would be weird.
Who invented your hairline?
No, who invented... No, yes.
What?
Moving on.
That's what you said.
Let's move on. So we can't talk until you're finished. I told you we should have blasted the air because it suddenly became hot in here. It's like 95 today, supposed to be 101 tomorrow and the next day.
Yep.
Hellish.
Hasn't it been hot enough already?
Haven't we suffered enough? It's been so hot, we've been on fire. Literally.
Yeah, well,
Not our persons, but
yeah.
our land.
The land. Our land. It's not our land.
It's ours, the people.
California has been on fire.
It's our land. We, the people of of the town that shall not be named.
And it's going to catch on fire again probably because it's
Don't
supposed to
say
be
that.
like they said in Eureka or I don't remember. They said in California
Lake County
it's supposed to like hit
Lake Berry,
115. Is that what they said?
I wouldn't be surprised because if it's
Something
101
insane.
here, it's always like 110 in like Healdsburg, Windsor, and then Ukiah is going to be god awful.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. But then maybe that'll be it for heat waves. Fingers crossed.
For the year.
At least no more freaking, heat wave, lightning, no rain storms. Like,
There was rain
do
is
you
the
hate
weird
us?
thing.
Yeah, but not like usual.
It was like an insane lightning storm. So many lightning strikes here. And so much thunder, of course, because thunder is a product of lightning. And then like hail and rain. Super heavy for like, what, an hour? If that. And then, and that day, I think it was like 95 fucking degrees. I think that weird kind of weather is common for like
The Midwest.
South,
Yeah.
where it's humid and probably not going to catch fire because everything's soggy all the time.
True.
But here it's like it was so dry and hot, and then out of nowhere just like rain and hail.
Just like a big middle finger from Mother Nature.
From the heavens.
Yeah.
Take that.
You humans are being a bunch of dick bags, so here you go.
What did I do?
Bend over.
What did I ever do?
We're just lumped in with the other a-holes. We're a-holes by
very
association.
Negative today.
Well, that makes a change, doesn't it? I just wanted to give you a break. I wanted to give you a break.
Bitch.
What? I feel like I'm usually the one who's trying to bring us up, even if inside I'm agreeing with you about negative stuff.
Really? I'm not that negative. I think whenever
just, I say, that people suck and I hate people and
annoying.
My day would be fine if I just didn't have to be out among people. I think that was your exact words yesterday.
But I think every time I say stuff like that, I always recognize that most of the people are decent. It's just the few annoying, stupid fucking idiots.
They're really annoying.
That just ruin, and everywhere they go, they're a fucking idiot.
Mm-hmm. Well, because you take that idiot with you. You don't shed it.
No, my point is, everybody's capable of being stupid and making mistakes, but some people are stupid about everything they fucking do. And it's like, sometimes you'll be on the road following a person, and it's like, oh, they did this kind of dumb thing. Oh, they're doing more dumb things. Oh, they're continuously doing dumb things as I follow them.
You're an actual idiot. You're not just like a person doing an idiotic thing.
You're a fucking idiot everywhere you go. Every step you take is a mistake or some way to endanger someone. Just get in the ground. Just please. Sorry.
Whoa. That thing I said about you being negative, like you were super offended.
Because you took me back to that day that I was like so fucking pissed off. But most people are totally cool.
But I think people act
reasonable.
more like idiots when it's hot too. So you just the idiot, and it's like a subtle or not so subtle frustration, or like a boiling, a bubbling of, just.
Well, obliviousness, and if you go out in the middle of the day, people are on their breaks. They're taking their lunch break.
Yeah.
So they have like this half hour or hour to go get lunch and to talk on the phone and to cram all of their normal free time life into this half hour. So they're just being fucking idiots on the road and being stopped at a stoplight for like the entire duration of the green while they dick around on their phone, not paying attention. And I mean, it's fine if it's just like one person, but that day I was out, it was like every fucking person was doing that.
But when you say that about people having to squeeze stuff into their lunch break, I do feel compassion, because we have the luxury of, you do that.
I'm not saying I'm not feeling compassion.
No, I know.
I get it.
I know.
But it
makes me grateful that.
Hold your phone up on your steering wheel so you can see the fucking
but then the
light when
cops
it
see
changes.
That's why they do it.
Or use hands-free. Figure it out so you're not doing that at every fucking light.
Well, I just think at this point where we've had the no cell phone while driving law for like years, I think now, there's no excuse. And you clearly have not mastered this skill.
Some people
of cell phoning and driving.
Some people can't handle driving without the phone.
You need to pull over.
You add the phone and you're just endangering people even more.
Yeah.
Right. And swerving, and it's like, oh, it's fine. I caught it. It's like, you're going to fucking kill somebody someday.
And that somebody might be me, and I'm going to be very unhappy.
Or a family member, or a friend, or anybody. Just don't do it. If you're not smart enough to be able to operate a vehicle, let alone a vehicle with a phone.
Okay. I think we should move away from this topic because it's not funny. It's just the pressure.
Well, I wasn't negative, but then
I called you negative.
You kind of reminded me of that day.
It's like it reminds me when
irritated.
I'm editing an episode, especially like when I was going through various episodes for highlights, because I was listening to us argue about stuff and I was getting annoyed, even though like we were completely over it and probably forgotten about the conversation. And I'm listening to it and I'm like, God damn, I was being such a bitch that day. Or
you're funny. Yeah, you get like pulled back into it. You'll just start like, so she'll be listening to the podcast. I'm just over here drawing, and then I'll look over at her and she'll just be like glaring at me. because of something I said, like
I
in the
forgot, and then I
episode.
just got remembered. I just got remembered, and it made me angry.
And I'm just totally
like,
oblivious
God,
because it was
what a
like a
dick.
week ago.
Yeah. I mean, this was like, some of these were like
Probably not.
probably several months ago, and I'm just like,
but I think we're all
God.
caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Or you're all
don't do
caught up.
highlights. Yeah. No, I mean from the highlights, because I went back further. So it was
yeah.
And some of the funny moments are us insulting each other, but that means there was like some kind of debate happening. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit cramped in here. So my mom's going to be moving out soon, and not that I, want to be highlighting like hooray. But
like hooray.
Well, I think we already talked about this. We figured out we couldn't build the way we wanted to on this house, or like build a granny unit. So she went and found another house in Ukiah where it's fucking hot. I don't know, I might edit that and not put in city names. But so we are in the smaller room. They're not huge rooms anyway, neither. But we're in the smaller room, and it's fucking cramped. And so, especially when we're setting up the recording equipment, it's like, oh my God, if I bump a thing,
there's no room.
There's no room.
We went from
We're not exactly the cleanest of people either, the tidiest of people.
But we went from a 2-story cottage to basically this room.
Yeah.
We don't really have. I mean, we at the cottage we had our stuff like out.
Yeah.
And like through the house.
Well, there's
like a
3
normal
people
house
living
is.
here, so it's, we had to put stuff in. Well, Mom, we guess we both have a little bit of stuff in storage now, and basically taking both our households worth of full stuff, dishes, towels, blankets, and shoving them into one house until we could build.
And we threw away.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the furniture that we had from the cottage.
I didn't really like that furniture anyway, I'm sorry to say.
Okay.
Well, we're going to get to keep the couch because she doesn't have room for it in the new place. So we get...
That was the furniture that I bought.
You said you didn't mind giving it up.
I didn't.
Remember how much it made my hip hurt? Brandon?
You're a putz.
But it was, because we've had like those love seats before in my family. We had those same... They're not that comfortable. They're hot. When it's hot, it's like all scratchy.
Yeah.
We're much better situated now.
I've been on way less comfortable couches though. So that couch was
But this
sittable.
couch we have now, you can actually lay down and lay your head on it, and your head's not like, you're not like at a 90-degree angle when you're trying to lay down.
You don't have to sell it.
Oh, I'm gonna continue selling it. And then, no, it's good. I just think we're better off. You like to hang on to stuff because you're very frugal.
I don't have money.
But when you have the option to have something else and something better, sometimes I feel like, because you're also not wasteful, which I appreciate, but sometimes because someone gave you a thing 10 years ago and it's like, it's not an antique, it's kind of tacky, it's just cluttering.
Emmanuel's mattress.
Yes.
He gave me this mattress that I had for, I don't even know how long, 10 plus years.
Did you? Yeah.
I think so.
You had 2 mattresses. You didn't even have a box spring. You had 2 mattresses. At one point, we put the bigger mattress on top, which meant it bowed.
One of the mattresses, I think, was my old boss's. So.
Yeah. So I think when I started, like, I would wake up and hear like springs kind of creaking and shifting. And then I was waking up with some back pain. I was like, God damn it, I'm going to go get a Tempur-Pedic. And I did. And then it's such a stereotypical female thing to be like, you got to get rid of this crappy thing. But
to all my stuff.
Oh, give me a break. You had the option of saying, no, I really want to keep that.
I don't really care.
You're just bringing it up to be a putz.
Maybe.
Fair enough. At least you admit it. Aren't you so much happier? Except that I wish it was a cooling. I wish I had maybe gotten a cooling one and not like a kind of heating one. I think this holds more heat. I think you can get like cooling.
I think if you're sleeping hot, you just need to take off blankets.
But I think there are some...
you sleep with a lot of blankets and you sleep like fully clothed with sweatshirts and stuff on.
Not always.
No, but a lot of the time I think that's part of it.
But also we've had...
Sleep lighter.
We've had climate weather whiplash. So it went from being super hot to being actually quite chilly at night because it was like mid to low 70s for days. And then it would get actually kind of cold at night.
Sorry, this has become like an old person's podcast.
To back
the weather
to fucking
and our
95.
furniture.
But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh.
In our bodies, we need soft
Can you shut up for a second? Hey, I am getting older.
Nice
I'm older than you. My back's hurting.
And it's been real hot outside.
You're such a putz. It's gone from like 73 to jump to like 85 to like 95 to 100. So forgive me if I thought I'm going to sleep with pajamas and then I wake up roasting.
Yeah, it's fucking awful. Well,
so, I mean, it's really not that bad. At least we don't have to deal with like Missouri or any of the other weathers.
Oh yeah,
in the other
tornadoes
states.
and stuff. But
but even the temperature.
But to be fair, our house did almost catch on fire.
That's true. That is true.
Our house was like less than a mile from the fire.
It's still less than what's remaining is still less than a mile. Did you hear Mom say the neighbor climbed up on the ridge and could look over and he could still see some of it burning? They're at like 95% containment. And he wondered if they were just kind of letting it burn itself out.
I think they should do little controlled burns.
It's still a mile away. Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, people saying Trump is stupid for saying sweep the floors, but it kind of makes sense to burn the floors.
If that's what he actually meant. If he said something intelligent like controlled burns management, we're going to help you do that.
He's a goobus with no filter and doesn't know how to speak eloquently. Mm-hmm. But I think that's possibly what he meant.
I would not assume that at all.
What do you think he meant?
Literally, like, rake your stuff. I think he's
I think he meant clean up
your gutters,
brush.
maybe.
Clean up the brush, clean up flammable shit, and it kind of makes sense. But what makes sense to me is just controlled burns of these dead grass fields. But then again, I mean, I don't know how quickly they pop up.
Yeah. I just think it's a resource issue, but I don't want to get into it because I just don't think it's that funny. Well, I don't think it's funny at all. It's just going to be like a debate.
Any of this has been funny.
No, it has. Trust me.
Okay. I don't trust you.
Oh, what?
I trust you, but not on that.
That hurts. All right. So let's move on to the topic that I chose.
Okay.
Because you gave me nothing.
Yep.
So I thought it'd be interesting to talk about, but I want to go backwards from what I was originally going to say. So first of all, what would you do with your life if you knew somehow, and we're not going to go into the details or logistics, so don't question it. If you knew you had 1 year to live, what would you do with your pitiful little life?
1 year to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would probably, I mean, it really depends on what the life situation is. I think if I was single, I would probably sell all my stuff.
Why would you just assume that you'd be single? Go ahead.
Oh my God.
I just don't understand why you just...
If I was single, because having you in the situation obviously would complicate it. It would make it more difficult for me to sell all my stuff and just go travel around.
No.
And be like a hobo.
It's good to know that I'm a complication. I appreciate that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let me be clear.
Shut up.
Let me be clear. So we're not talking like you have cancer and you know you're going to live for a year and so you're going to be slowly debilitated. Just act as if you know that a year from today,
yeah, that's
you're
why I was
die.
saying.
No, I'm just being clear in case you were like thinking.
No,
okay.
I was just thinking,
all right.
But obviously, with us together, it would be weird for me to sell all of the little amount of stuff that I own, and just go off traveling.
No, I think that's a good point because I'll let you finish, but at first I was like, wow, I wouldn't even contemplate if it was me alone, but
I'm sorry.
No,
I just was
it's fine. You're just a little more
because it
selfish
changes
than I am.
things.
But no, you're right. So go
what
ahead.
would you do?
Continue.
So if I wasn't in the picture and you had 1 year to live, what would you do?
Well, and I also would say to myself,
and I'm not like talking about like I'd go slut around the world. I'm talking about I would just want to go travel.
Go ahead
and see.
Continue with that thought. I'll stop giving you shit. For real. I mean it. Go ahead. Because I am interested.
Was it. I would just want to travel.
You would travel the world?
And just want to, try to see the world. Although I don't know how far I could get with the little I have.
Yeah. See, I don't want to be too like, oh, you have unlimited funds. But I feel like you can make things stretch, especially if you don't have a mortgage or rent or, I mean, and then depending on where you go, it can be very cheap to rent or live or eat,
But if I was here with you, I would.
No, yeah. So strike that and say what. Yeah. So you wouldn't just go live in Japan because I know you had a plan to do that. You would actually travel the world.
I think so. Yeah. I think I would want to go to different places. Yeah. But if I was, in this hypothetical, if we're together, I don't know what I would do. Like what would you do?
I think a year is hard compared to like a day, a week, a month. So that's why I wanted to work backwards.
And I don't think you can comprehend how it would be in reality.
Yeah.
Because it would hit you. It would hit you differently than I think you would expect. I mean, you would probably need like a day or two of contemplating it and just kind of wrapping your head around it.
Well, and with a year, there's still like you have some planning you can do. So I feel like humans, can kind of plan long term, but they're not really usually living in the long term. They're living in the pretty semi-immediate. Do you know what I mean? So like it would still seem remote enough that you wouldn't be like, I got to get shit done and go out and live my life. You'd still be like, well, I got some planning. So you still might put some stuff off and then 6 months or 9 months and you go, shit.
It would happen so quick.
It would. So,
it's a fun thought.
Yeah. I think it's more fun when you get to the shorter time frames because you just, you pop off the things that like you maybe were on your bucket list and it's like, okay. So I think, and I would assume that I didn't have you then or Charlie, my little poochie, because I can't leave him. Yeah, of course.
He would have to be, unless you have like a little backpack for him.
It wouldn't be that little. It would be, that's 25 pounds. I mean, I don't know. I carried around extra weight for a fair amount of time. So I guess I could carry 25 pounds. But I've always wanted to do like the Appalachian Trail or the Camino de Santiago. I almost said Santa. Anyway, a long ass trail that covers, goes throughout Europe. I think it might go through. I think it starts or ends in Spain. Anyway, because I'm just always kind of fascinated and attracted by the idea of a trek, like an epic journey, like Bilbo, Frodo, this thing where you're living minimally, which in reality would suck because all the stuff, I mean, you should see what I pack in my purse or, when I'm packing for like evacuation, like all the shit. You would be less
worried about shit. You would just pack probably like
a shit ton of Carmex and
maybe a basic like first aid thing. So you don't.
I probably wouldn't even pack first aid. Well, maybe a Neosporin.
You'd want to, so you don't like bleed out and die.
I don't think like you do though. I know you're very planning for that, but I'm like, if I had Neosporin and maybe a few Band-Aids, I'd be good. But anyway, that's something that I think I have always kind of wanted to do, but I'm like, I can't leave. And really, though, it's just more like this fantasy that doesn't think about those logistics. Because then I was reading about that family who was doing the Appalachian Trail or the Camino. I think it was Appalachian Trail.
It was the Appalachian Trail.
And one of the kids got Lyme's disease or Lyme disease.
But they were able to treat it.
They were able to treat it, yeah. So that,
I think if you get it and it gets past the point, like you're
fucked. Yeah.
Fucked.
Yeah. So I like that. I've never been like, I'm not super into traveling itself because maybe because of like air travel, I hate it, but I think that would be a cool thing to do where I think you'd be disconnected from electronics devices, toxicity of, politics and news, and you're just out there in nature and using your body physically. And I always want to do like these walks, like, oh, let's walk from Gardenville to Forestville, but there's no safe way to do that. We're not either on a windy road where people speed or on like the busy highway, alternative, which is, people die on River Road,
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's like, I always want to do those long walks, not just like a hike, but like a walk. Like my legs can get me from this point A to point B that normally I kind of take for granted because I have a car. I just really like that idea. Like a little knapsack and my little energy bars and, yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up, even though I was initially hurt and offended and about to hit stop on the recording so I could have a good cry. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
I'm just kidding. So for us, what would you do, in this reality where we are together, the old ball and chain? I mean, I feel like you're kind of doing it. I mean, not to put words in your mouth, but your animations are taking off and stuff. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think I would have to be in that mindset to know what I wanted to do.
Is it getting hot in here? Is your brain getting a little fried?
No.
Okay. I'm getting warm.
Probably being outside more. I probably would actually stop drawing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So the drawing is a means to an end? But you love drawing.
I do, but if I had a year left, I think I would want to be like outside, realistically. I think I would want to be out in the world, not really among people as much, but like
right. I think
outside.
Judging from the beginning of this episode, that would be very surprising if you said.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably be more direct with people. Like, people you don't know. Like more, maybe just more myself.
You'd honk at more people? Because I don't think you honk at people.
I'd probably fight more people.
Really?
Well, I mean, I don't fight anybody, but I think if I had a year to live.
I don't have time for your shit.
Yeah, I think I might just start punching people.
Wow.
Start punching people.
And then you'd be like, you can't hit a dead man walking.
Little old lady cutting me off. Bam.
Holy shit. I don't know about I'm finding out about you.
I would not want to harm anyone,
who didn't ask for it.
I mean, I wouldn't want to kill anyone or do any kind of serious damage to them, but
Good.
When people are acting like jerks, I would probably, if I had 1 year to live, I'd be a lot more direct with people.
Well, and I feel like if you knew you weren't going to you weren't going to have this maybe insurance claim or lawsuit hanging over you, could maybe bump some people who are on their phones, not looking at the light, and just be bonk. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead, sue me, I'll be dead. My family's problem.
Oh gosh.
Actually, I don't know.
I hadn't thought of that.
No, I don't know if that could be the case.
Would it fall on you?
Don't think about that.
Whoa, does it really fall on the family?
Well, they might be able to make a claim on your insurance, and then as your
this
successor,
world fucking sucks.
I don't know.
Sign me up for this 1 year thing.
Wow. Fuck a doodle.
Sorry.
That's fine. Maybe I caught you on a bad day.
Maybe.
Interesting. Okay, so what if
Interesting.
What if you had let's see, should we go for a month or should we just go right to a week? I feel
what
like
are you talking about? Oh, for
what if you had a week to live?
Theme?
Yeah.
A week to live.
I feel like you could get a free pass from your family members, like if you were just like, I'm not going to pay any bills, I'm not going to square things away. They would just say, do what you got to do.
You know what I think would be a big part is just eating fucking tasty, awesome food.
Yeah.
That would
because if you had a year, you would get really fat and grotesque. But if you only had a week, you couldn't,
I don't think even with a year I would get fat and grotesque because I'd probably be more active. I don't think I would be drawing at all, possibly.
That's so crazy that you say that. I'm just shocked. Because I just feel like you're a person who has always felt compelled to draw.
Well, I enjoy it, but it's largely, a career.
But as a kid, you weren't thinking of like, I can't wait to do this for real and make money.
No, it was my escape, and it was the only thing I could do,
And now you have a lot more options for escape.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just kind of
the only thing I could do
in
my room when I was hiding from the world.
Oh.
So I'm not looking for your pity.
Well, you get it, and I'm gonna have to super soften that. Thanks. Stop it.
Pity.
So a week, and you would just eat like a pig.
No, just eat tasty food.
Like what?
Like maybe I'd start the day off with like a corn dog and a beer.
Start the day?
Yeah. And then lunch would be like...
You can do that. You can have a beer in the morning if you want.
And a corn dog?
Yeah.
That's not good for you.
So have it like a cheat day.
And lunch would be like an apple pie.
A whole apple pie?
Yeah.
Do you even like apple pie
Maybe
that much?
Maybe a half apple pie.
Okay. What about pumpkin pie? Don't you love pumpkin pie more?
Maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll do a half apple.
You know what? It's your week.
Pumpkin.
It's your week. It's your death.
And then dinner would be like fish and chips with tartar sauce out at the coast.
So many of these things, though, are within your reach right now.
I know.
I just want to be very clear about that. I would not judge you if you woke up and had a corn dog and a beer in the morning.
What options are there? Like go to space? Go to outer space?
But I'm just saying, you very quickly came out with I would eat tasty foods,
Yeah, but like they are expensive and
corn dogs and beer.
Hold on. They are, because they're extra. Normal food that actually nourishes you costs money.
How expensive are corn dogs?
Hold on. I'm explaining it. So normal food that nourishes you costs a set amount of money. Then in addition, you have the garbage food that is like beer or corn dogs or hot dogs or whatever crap you want to buy that is terrible for you. That is just extra.
No, but listen, in this scenario, you have a week to live. You scrap that bullshit nourishment food and you just get the corn dogs and the beer.
Yeah, but your point was you could do that now.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm not doing it now, because it's extra cost and it is not good for your body.
So buy a day less of the nourishing food and that, cool.
Excuse me.
And that is what you then buy the corn dogs and the beer with. It's not that much more expensive. If you're worried about the money, and if it will make you that much happier, I will buy that shit for you every week.
Oh, man. I really like corn dogs.
Why didn't you get any? You said you had a plan.
They're not good for you.
How often do you eat them? I feel like we've had.
Never.
I feel like we've had this exact conversation about corn dogs. Like you hardly ever eat them.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Those turkey corn dogs, I think they are. Foster Farms corn dogs. If you pop those into a toaster oven, they like crisp them up like sort of like carnival corn dogs, how they're like crispy, and throw on some whatever you want on
mustard,
them. Mustard or barbecue sauce.
Okay, now I'm annoyed at you that you didn't buy any. So you tell me you're going to buy some and I'm like, cool, I'll have one and Brandon can have the rest. And then I always eat a corn dog.
I didn't think you would be into it.
You come back and I go and you say, oh, I didn't get corn dogs. And I go, oh, that's sad. And then you sit here and you tell me the perfect way that you're going to cook.
Sausages, you freaking
no, those are good.
Ingrate.
But no, I'm just saying, but now you've deprived us both. And then you're saying how the deliciousest way to cook them. And
you're starting to yell. Look at the.
Oh, sorry.
Look at the recording.
Started getting really tense. So I'm just a little irked at you right now.
All right, fine. Well,
promises were made. Promises were broken.
I didn't promise. I just said I was thinking about it.
Saying it is like a promise, basically.
Oh my goodness. So I'll pick some up this week.
You don't have to.
Because I do like corn dogs.
You don't have to. We have plenty of chips.
So good.
I like chips. We also have sausage. Those are good sausages. Unfortunately, given me the sausage burps. But I'm okay for now. Those were good. I'm not ungrateful. It's just that you love them don't deny yourself a thing that you love.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, since you asked what I would do with my week.
Don't touch me. Go ahead. Go ahead with what
Give me your elbow. I want to touch it. Thank you.
Fucking...
Thank you. Look, it's just for the audience. You know, they eat this stuff up.
You're going to have to cut that.
Nope, I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it in. I have the power like He-Man.
Okay.
A week, I would probably...
What would you do if you had 1 week left to live?
Thank you. What an interesting question, Mr. McDonald. I think I would go to the ocean. I think I would go to...
But you can do that now. Sorry. I'm just parroting you.
Uh-huh. No, I got it.
So what would you do at the ocean?
I would go to a faraway ocean that is expensive to get to right now in our current lifestyle and budget.
Ah.
Yeah. So like Hawaii, or I'm sure there's better ones. Oh my gosh. Those places that you
Cayman
always
Islands?
see where they have like the cabins or whatever they call them on stilts. I would go there and I would swim all day.
Out in like...
pineapple and drink Malibu rum or something better. Probably Malibu I think is gross, but really just swim with the fishies, or go wherever, depending on the time of year that I have been given this prognosis or whatever it is, wherever the whales are, the humpback whales. There goes a chopper there. And I would go swim with the cool creatures. And I don't even necessarily, like, creatures are cool, but I would just swim in the cool, partly because it's hot today. I think I'm just thinking of like clear, lovely blue or aqua colored water. And then I would nap on a bed with the door open on a house of stilts that's in the water. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. So you can come with me if you want, and then we can just stock up on corn dogs and beer and apple and pumpkin pie. And what was the thing you said you'd eat for dinner? Fish and chips with tartar sauce. Yeah, we can have all that stuff. Or you can go on your own, you know, whatever. Yeah. That's all I would do, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's if you had a year or a week?
A week. Yeah.
What would you do?
Or I'd go to the rainforest and do like rappelling but no, water, ocean stuff.
Cave spelunking.
That makes me claustrophobic. More like just the things where you can be in the canopy and like looking at cool stuff. But I'd also be afraid of all the stuff that can kill you. I'm less afraid of the stuff in the water that can kill you. I think I'd rather die by something in the water than something out of the water, because at least I'm in the water and it's pretty awesome there.
It might be cool to also take some different kinds of drugs.
Oh, yeah? What do you...
I don't know, like some hallucinogenic
We've never
stuff.
taken mushrooms together still. You talked about how it might be fun to do that.
It might be, but
I'd
also
be okay with
it's
that.
illegal, I think, so maybe it's good to remove that from the recording.
What are they going to do? We haven't done it. We haven't said we're going to do it. Exactly.
You kind of did. You kind of just did.
No, I just said we could go to Amsterdam and take them. That's not illegal. That's what I meant.
True.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But get some.
Oh, and brownies.
Huh?
Yeah.
Pot brownies or regular brownies?
Normal brownies.
That's for your week of eating like a pig?
I wouldn't be eating
sorry. Eating decadent,
I wouldn't be making
foods.
myself sick. I would just be like, you know.
Because you don't want to regret that meal that you just ate.
No, and it tastes bad like the more you eat. I remember one time when I was living with Emmanuel, we bought burgers, and I think I had like 3, you know, double animal style type In-N-Out burgers. I ate 2 of them, and I think half of the last one, sorry for the mouth noises.
That's okay.
And the last one tasted like crap. Because I think my body was like, please stop. You know? So it just started tasting bad.
What about that day that you ate like 5 hot dogs? What was your record that day at Tina and Joel's? Joel like bet you to eat. I think he bet you $1.
Well, I think I was like, oh man, I could keep going. He was like, no, you can't. Something.
He likes doing that.
So I was like, I bet I can.
Uh-huh.
And then
$1. $1 was put on the table.
And then I think it takes your stomach like 20 minutes to tell your brain, hey, I'm full. Something like that. Or that's how long it takes to get to your stomach. I don't know. But
I don't know the science.
So I ate the like 5 or 6 hot dogs and then
with buns. Were they all with buns?
Okay. Buns and all the fixins and probably chips and and drink, I'm sure. So by the end, I was, 20 minutes later, I was like, oh,
I need to get rid of something.
Oh gosh. But I got $1.
So worth it.
$1.
And Brandon, we've probably talked about this, quite a slim man, quite a slim fellow with a flat stomach, except for when he, binges on something and then for about 2 hours gets like a protrusion.
Like a fat guy. I look like a Dale Gribble.
You just look like maybe you have a slightly deflated basketball under your skin shirt and then it just goes down maybe after you have a poop. I don't know.
Oh
it's
gosh.
Just funny. Jealous. I'm jealous. Anyway, moving on. What about dun 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 if you had one day, 24 hours? Oh spit.
Shit.
24 hours to live.
One day.
Oh shabibby. I feel like food should still be a part of this because that's clearly a passion for you.
Yes.
It's funny because a lot of people would say like, oh, I'd go have like the best sushi or like, I don't know, maybe some monsters would say foie gras. I don't know. Or like lamb. What's the, not lamb chops, but anyway.
Well, it's sort of like,
but you're like corn
meals.
Dogs, pie.
It's sort of like last meals for inmates.
But that's what I'm saying is like people would say filet mignon or
but I think they're all different.
Yeah.
Like if you look them up, I think that some of them are like
you can look
a
those
hot
up?
dog. Yeah.
That should be our next episode.
You should look it up right now.
No, I want to save it.
Why?
I want to save it.
But it's relevant right now.
You just don't get it, do you? You don't get about
there will always be
planning.
more topics.
We'll always have Venice.
So who? Oh my gosh. What did Ed Gein eat?
How do you who?
Ed Gein.
Ed. How do you spell it?
Gine, I guess.
Gine?
Gein.
I-E.
Just type it in and I'm sure it'll give you...
It's not prompting me.
Type it first though. Type Ed Gein first.
You're such a bitch. Oh, for fuck's
sake.
Type
Ed Gein.
I am!
And then last meal.
There we go.
Man, having to teach you how to use Google.
Suck my ass. Okay? Suck it right through your teeth.
Wow.
Fucking...
Are you really?
Oh, sorry.
Are you really fucking with your email right now?
I just got distracted. Because anytime I look at the top tab and it shows like a little 1 in parentheses, I'm like, I gotta clear it. I gotta clear. Shut up.
Okay.
The...
Go ahead.
Fucking... Butcher of Plainfield or the Plainfield Ghoul.
Ghoul? He looks like a farmer.
There is no... Why would it say that? I said last meal. You bitch. How...
Was he executed or did he kill himself?
Ballsacks on Twitter says his last meal, he was caught by police. Before he was caught by police, was pork chops, macaroni, and pickles. And wow, that sounds good to me.
Pork chops, macaroni,
but
and
that
pickles.
says before he was caught by police, not on death row. Let's see.
Maybe death row.
Death row.
Who knew this would be so hard to fucking find?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy? Oh,
he declined a special meal.
Al.
So he was given the traditional last meal steak. Wait. Oh, I for some reason did not think he was put to death. I thought he was still alive. I think I'm confusing with I almost said Marilyn Manson. What's the fuck's his name? Manson.
Manson's dead. Too.
No, I thought he was still alive.
I believe he died in prison.
He didn't die. Okay.
He wasn't executed.
What the hell's his first name? Charles. Oh my gosh.
How could you forget that?
I know.
Our dog is named Charles.
Declined a special meal, so he was given the traditional last meal. Steak cooked, medium rare, eggs over easy. That sounds pretty amazing, especially when someone else is making it. Hash browns, toast with butter and jelly, milk and juice.
What a fucking... Give that to a hobo and then just fucking zap him.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's what we would have given you if you had been a better person. I don't know. It's not coming up.
He ate people. He doesn't deserve a last meal.
Who? Ed Gein?
Ted Bundy.
No, he didn't eat people. You keep getting him confused with, did Dahmer eat people?
Oh, Dahmer. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I don't know my
serial killers.
Serial killer.
Shame on you. I mean, with your parents and how much they watch, and me.
I think it's mostly my mom. But.
I think the highlight, the reason.
I thought Ed Gein was the clown. Who was Pogo the clown? He was. Ed Gacy. John Wayne Gacy. That's who that was. Yeah. I don't know if he ate people.
I don't know. They were really just focusing on what he ate before he got caught. Pogo the clown?
Either way, I mean, none of them deserved a last meal. But anyway, the point is that they all had different last meal requests. And some of them, I think, were like fancy, like a lobster dinner with such and such. Which the guards should have just said, fuck you. You get a bowl of toenails.
Yeah.
Before we hit you in the head with a shovel.
It is a weird idea.
It's bullshit is what it is. Here, we're going to fucking give you this tasty meal and then calmly put you to sleep, even though you fucking peeled the skin off of it.
And then they have to do an autopsy to make sure that they died, I think, from the death penalty, however
what
way.
A fucking waste of money.
And so they get to cut open their stomach and go, and he ate whatever, eggs over easy and toast and hash browns.
Gosh, your tax
yeah, we know because we just
work.
Fed him that. So such a waste.
Yeah, it's all a fucking
feed a starving
waste.
Person.
Right?
Sheesh.
Feed someone who hasn't murdered 30 plus people. Good God. What the fuck is wrong with people? Sorry.
Anyway.
I think I'm in a bad mood.
It's funny. How many minutes into this are we?
I don't know.
And you've come across that observation? 46?
Maybe. Maybe because we're talking about serial killers.
First we were talking about how you hate people.
I don't hate people.
Oh, all right. Just say it. I agree with you. Jeez.
I don't. I think when I go out into public, most of my encounters are nice. Most people are friendly.
Yesterday was just a bad day.
You just have these occasional ball sacks getting all up in your grill, and that's it.
Okay. All right.
And they drive me nuts.
Yeah, you normally don't come home so super revved up like you were yesterday, and I do think it's partly the heat. I think people act more cray-cray.
It was just bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely could tell that I was a bit on edge, but it's like nobody was paying attention. A guy almost fucking head-oned me because he pulled into my lane.
Yeah, that would make you cranky.
Like all the way. Almost. His vehicle was like 5 feet into my lane. And it's like, bro, what the fuck? So... yeah, moving on.
The hand of God should come down and smite you from this earth. But I don't believe in that kind of thing. So, just waiting for the aliens to come do the culling.
You don't believe in the rapture?
No. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh my.
Thanks.
So
what would you do if you had one day to live?
Did you say the thing that you would do for one day? If you had one day to live?
I don't remember. Oh, we started talking about food. You were like,
and then serial
so you
killers.
Would gorge yourself.
I would encourage you to do that.
You took the wheel.
I'm sorry.
That's what
Jesus,
happened.
take the wheel. Jesus or Sarah, take the wheel.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd go to the zoo. I don't fucking know.
That's a funny idea.
You know, because don't they have like fun food there or something?
I think you're thinking of the fair.
Like carnival type food?
I guess, yeah. I guess so.
I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
You'd go to the zoo for food? You'd pay an admission fee so you could go pay more to buy food And maybe look at some elephants' ginormous crappings.
Disneyland food would be good.
Yeah.
I know they have really good crappy food.
Did they close again for COVID? Because I think they reopened.
They opened on like the 16th of...
Because you could go there. You don't have to worry about COVID. If you got one day, then you could go there and you could have churros and big waffle cones. That's what I think Katie and I would do at the end of the day is waffle cones.
Ice cream shop.
Which ice cream shop?
A good one.
Like, is that like, I don't know. Is that Baskin Robbins? Is that...
Just, I don't know.
Like
I would look it up.
Cold Stone Creamery.
They're pretty good.
Oh, Screamin' Mimi's. Oh my gosh. They keep posting all kinds of awesome flavors like lavender. I love lavender. Or like matcha. Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to go there with the whole COVID business.
No, but you'd have one day to live.
I know. I thought you were talking about like realistically right now.
No. I'm still talking about 24 hours to live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd probably just eat nice, tasty food.
You got to pick something else as well.
Try to relax. I don't know. I mean,
You'd spend 5 hours thinking about what you were going to do and planning it.
My brain keeps thinking like, the cliches like jump a motorcycle over a cliff.
A pool with a shark in it? Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like go bungee jumping or do this or that.
But do you want to do any of those things?
That's what I was getting at.
Oh, all right. Sorry.
I think I would fucking hate all of that.
Okay.
It would just, yeah. I'm not a thrill seeker.
I'd like to ride in a helicopter, but I don't think I'd be able to arrange that in 24 hours. Partly because I'm hearing the helicopters flying overhead.
Also, I think it'd be crazy fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And it would just probably use up a lot of the funds.
But I think you should give yourself a free pass. For a day left to live, you just give yourself a free pass. As long as it's not like $1 billion or even $1 million. Because we just,
it might
wipe out what's in your bank account.
Out of one.
That's such a weird, because you just said I'm not a thrill seeker.
Not to thrill seek, but just to get somewhere. It's like, okay, so we're going to take you to this place, and then you're going to jump out, you're going to parachute to it, and then, continue your day there, because you don't have a lot of time. So you can't be waiting for the helicopter to land and waiting for it to be safe for you to get out. You got to jump to your next.
That's just weird. Like,
point.
I'd only do the parachuting, not because I'm a thrill seeker, but because it would be faster to get to where I needed to get next.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to say.
Well, you have one day, so you gotta make every second count.
I just don't know if you thought that through.
Landing a helicopter.
I think that would be faster.
I think also flying the helicopter would be...
You're parachuting, which means that your chute opens and then you're floating down like a dandelion or whatever, which takes a fair amount of time. The helicopter would get there faster.
Enjoy that's true. The view, and also you don't have to deal with...
But that's so cool. That's part of the thrill of it. Is it? For me.
I think that would be the part I would hate the most.
Oh, I love that. When I hear that, I get like a thrill. Really? I think I have that weird primal thing for like drums and thrumming.
It's so loud though. Have you ever been near a helicopter?
Yeah, when I went to the Bodega, is it the seafood festival one time, and I found it pretty damn boring except for the helicopters. I think the Henry one and whatever a different one is, maybe a Coast Guard one. I don't know. And I was so thrilled because it was loud and it like the wind of it and just it was awesome. I love that part of it. But I love like drum lines and stuff. Like they just gives me a thrill. So I guess that's how we're different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. So is that it for you? There's nothing else I just feel like there's something else in that noggin of yours that you would really want to do.
I don't know. Trying to think like maybe trying to meet certain people.
Like celebrities or something?
Yeah.
Like who?
It'd probably be fun to meet like YouTube celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Have like a Make-A-Wish.
Probably have that happen. Yeah.
I have one day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die tonight.
Who would you pick?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. You wouldn't say right off the bat, Mr. Sark?
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool. Brian Regan would be cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
He seems cool.
What about you?
Who would I like to meet, or what would I do with 24 hours left to live?
The first one and then the second one.
I'll do the second one because I think it'd be easier. Actually, no, it's not easier. Huh.
What?
I was gonna say the second part. I could spit that out, but I can't. I don't know. Who's like someone I talk about a lot, like a celebrity?
Who would you like to see? I know you like those British period dramas. Might be cool to meet like David Tennant or something.
Mm-hmm. I do like him. Actually, I might like to meet what's her name, who is in Broadchurch with him. I never remember her name. Olivia something. There's probably someone I could come up with. I like Emma Thompson.
You're such a big fan.
I don't know why I feel like her name doesn't match her face for some reason. She just doesn't strike me as an Olivia, if that's even her name. It might be like someone kind of comedic. I don't freaking know. I like watching.
Dane Cook.
You're funny.
Hulk Hogan.
I would potentially say someone like Markiplier, but I think he's kind of become kind of a dick.
I think that might just be a shtick.
Maybe, but I think he's also become a bit cynical. Like, he's not hungry anymore because he kind of reached the pinnacle and has been there a long time.
Yeah.
Whereas I was watching him play like Alien Isolation. I was like, he's so enthusiastic. He wants to please the fans. He's doing, and now it's like, I don't know, just a little more.
Maybe he's burnt out. Maybe he needs to do something else.
You're probably right. Okay, so if I had one day left to live, I would probably I'd probably eat like my weight in Twinkies. Well, what do you think I was going to say?
I'd probably shove. I would eat my weight in gold.
Shove a bunch of Twinkies in my mouth. Dirty. Fucking.
It's just because you paused.
I would. I was going to go dirty, but I'm not that kind of girl.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a family-ish bug, not really. Or
Twinkies.
Eat a bunch of
fair enough.
Tortilla chips and guacamole, and a bunch of chips and French fries. Nice. Maybe some ice cream. Probably be oversugared from the Twinkies, so I think I'm set there. And
but
what
then
would I do with my life?
If you start feeling like you're getting bogged down from all the sugar and carbs, you can have a bump of Coke. Because your last day.
Cocaine? That's true. I might die early because I've never had cocaine before and I would have a heart attack or something. What? Oh, just that one little bit. I didn't think you remembered that. I actually forgot.
You're clipping.
You're clipping.
No, I'm not. You are.
Clip you.
So
snip you.
So yeah, sorry, interrupted.
Yeah, interrupting me to remind me I've taken a drug that I didn't remember taking.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I guess maybe I need to spend more time on the ocean because I feel like I'd want to just go out to Bodega and like maybe go watch the seals and like maybe get on a boat and just die on the boat.
It's because we can't get away from this one ever.
That's not true.
You always feel guilty.
That's not true. That's not true.
You always feel guilty whenever we're away.
Mm-hmm. That's
because
true. I do.
It's
because he doesn't get enough exercise. If he did, I would. Well, I could take him. Run him on the beach.
He could get exercise, but he's so difficult.
All right.
You can't.
Let's move away from that because it's not funny. It's not entertaining for the listeners to listen to us bickering about the child.
He's not a child.
I know, but it's the same kind of dynamic. It is.
Okay. But that's why I think we don't go to the coast as much.
Maybe. But also it's just one of those things you take for granted because it's just there. And so I think
Really?
I'd be like, I can't take it for granted anymore. I'm going to go do it.
I bet if we didn't have him, we would go a lot more often.
Don't say things like that because I'll have to hit you. Moving on.
I'm talking hypothetically.
Moving
I'm not
on.
talking like
I didn't clip, so stop
about
looking at
if
it.
he was dead or something.
You're a monster.
I just said I'm not talking
but you
about that.
alluded to it, so.
What?
All right, let me think. Shush. Shush, shush.
Oh
Let me think. Yeah, I'm not a thrill seeker. I think I would, assuming that I wasn't single and we are together still, I would like just hug you a lot.
Yeah.
But if it was just me, I don't know, a day is not enough time. If you just get that news and from the time you get the news, you get 24 hours, it's not enough time.
No.
The only thing really left to you is to eat and drink, get super drunk, maybe go swimming down at the Roadhouse pool.
Really?
I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
I would not go to the pool. I would go to the beach or something.
Maybe I would email all the people or text all the people I hate, and just say, here's what I really think of you. Like you said,
I
being
think
just
you'd
like...
think that, but I think if you were actually in the situation, you would think, I'm not going to waste my time on these
And
fucks.
Also, is this going to be my legacy, that they remember me being mean on my last day on this earth? Yeah. I don't want people to think I'm a jerk, even if I am on the inside.
I don't think it's you being a jerk. I think it's you just being clear to the jerks that they are jerks.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That's like I thought that would be the easier one. Like the thing that you just want to do. I'd probably just go like hang out with puppies.
Yeah, of course you would.
I mean, I'd bring Charlie, but I would just I would just hang out where they've had puppies. That would be my make-a-wish. And you, of course. But just any animals or baby animals would just make me happy. I'd go to a farm and go play with baby chicks or something. I think that would be good. I think I would be happy doing that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Nothing very exciting. Sorry. I wish it was a little more interesting. Like, I'd go on a bender and I'd snort coke off of somebody's buttocks or something. Probably yours. But I'm just not that way. After you had a shower, of course.
Snort off of someone's buttocks.
It's just a thing that people say, snort coke off the thighs of a virgin or something like that. I don't know. It's like a thing somebody says.
Sorry, it just makes me think of Rhett and Link for some reason.
What?
Yeah,
do they do that?
When they've like eaten food off of each other and it's like, oh the hair.
Uh-huh. Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm glad I didn't pick that.
Just snort it off of a mirror like a normal person.
Oh, whoa. That's fair. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. You don't want me to snort coke off your butt?
I don't think so.
You don't have a hairy butt?
Let's move on.
You don't have a hairy butt. That's all I got. Yeah.
Cool.
I think we should take some of this discussion to heart and reevaluate what we're doing with our lives.
Yeah.
And can you not?
Sorry.
Let me just restate. So I think we need to, take this. Now I forgot what I said.
I think we need to take these conversations to heart and
reevaluate what we're doing with our lives. Yes.
Yeah, that's what you said.
So like if you need to do some travel.
But the problem is money, resources,
oh, yeah, there's that.
And also like, responsibility that locks you into place, like roots.
But you're probably going to be able to monetize soon.
We're all like a bunch of beautiful flowers.
Wilting.
With our fucking roots holding us in place and all the responsibilities of the jobs and
your partner
stuff.
I'm not talking sitting here.
You're not a root. I'm talking about like
that's right.
Bills and just taxes and getting freaking butt slammed by the tax man every year.
I think you'd be less resentful of that if we were actually seeing a lot more benefit being allocated from those taxes that we pay.
Yeah, obviously. Okay. Of course. If it wasn't just like sliding into people's pockets who don't deserve it for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, but I think this is, I think it is important to think about maybe what you say if someone says that, what would you do if you had a limited amount of time, like really limited? What would you do? And kind of think about, I should do some of that stuff. It is a challenge with the dog and responsibilities, but I think you're going to be monetizing soon, and that might I don't know how much that ends up being. You know, it might still take a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But if you budget, I mean, you know, you could take a trip if you want.
Yeah.
We could take a trip. We'd have to ask someone to watch the pooch, which would, you know, it's a lot to ask. But
And when you're out, you still have to pay bills.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like...
But don't defeat the idea before
I'm just
you
saying
even...
that's a big... You know, that's a big part holding everyone back, I think, is that they have houses and they have to pay their mortgage or their rent or their whatever. And, you know, they have their job locking them in at their location. I think otherwise most people would go out and live their lives happily. But
well, and even if you like take a year off and you go like travel and just hike around, it's like you still got to file like a tax return, I think. You know, it's like, man, it's always tying it down to this administrative bureaucratic
I don't think so.
bullshit.
I think if you don't
I think you
earn
have to
anything-
file something even saying I didn't earn anything. And also,
Do you really?
I think so. Even if
I
it's
guess
like
I've not ever had a full year where I've never not earned
well,
something.
since you were a kid, yeah, or 18 maybe, I don't know.
Since I was like 16
Yeah.
or something.
Fun stuff.
It's a weird thought.
Well,
Huh. I didn't know that.
maybe there will be like an Armageddon and we'll be lucky enough to survive and then we'll go back to basics and we won't have all that shit. But I tell you what, I think you'd miss the internet.
Yeah.
But really, I don't know. Not that I'm not wishing for the annihilation of, you know, most of the human race, but
What?
well, that's what I meant by like Armageddon. Oh, I just assumed a lot of people would die, not just like knock us out, you know, electronically or whatever. Oh, you.
I'm not doing anything. What are you talking about?
All right, with all this talk of delicious, decadent foods like corn dogs and apple pies, I think I need to eat something.
Okay.
I need to shove a big pile of chips in my mouth.
Okay. Be careful. Don't choke.
Thanks. Why are you smiling like that? The subtext is choke, 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 choke.
I don't want you to choke.
Thanks. That's reassuring to hear. Okay, so any last words of wisdom? Do I ask you this every time? What about Brandon's musing?
Always keep always look ahead and
Brush your teeth, you know? Brush your
Yeah.
teeth and floss twice a day.
yeah, if you have the time.
No, just do it. Just because I don't do it every day, just do it. Trust me. You won't regret it later.
Yeah, it's
Are
good
you done
having
coughing
teeth.
up a lung over there? It is good. You can chew stuff.
Did you
You can
hear
bite people.
Steve-O's video
No.
on his teeth? And how
no.
he like lost his I think he just has pegs now.
That's
Or maybe no teeth.
Mm.
He's like he got wicked bad gingivitis and had or has like really bad breath from it.
great.
So yeah,
Does he
brush
have
your
Does he have a
teeth,
partner? Because
your gums will recede.
yeah.
And you will get
Not if you brush your teeth. If you
Stinky
don't brush your
stank.
teeth, your gums will recede. Let's just be clear. Just in case there's any children listening, because they don't always put things together.
Yes. If you in case there's any children watching.
Oh wait, this
Did
is
you enjoy the
explicit.
segment about Ed Gein?
Uh-huh. Yeah. They enjoyed the corn dog segment. That's about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, crispy corn dogs.
You're a monster for not bringing home any corn dogs. Forget about bringing home the bacon. Bring home the corn dogs.
You know, with you, I never know because I'll bring home
Oh,
food.
don't bring that up again.
I'll bring home
Don't
food,
make me feel bad about being inconsistent.
and you'll be like, "Oh, I can't eat this." I'll be like, "Okay, I got it for you."
But you brought home lime chips, which is not a diet food. I told you to bring them home.
I think I brought them home for the salads
Oh,
because I've started eating
for the
salads.
healthy salads.
Yeah, that are like mostly vegetables. Yes, that's healthy. Just because it has chips in it doesn't mean that it's.
Anyway, we were wrapping up. Brush your teeth, kids. Okay.
And floss.
Yeah. Okay. So take care of your teeth. And see you next time.
That's a weird outro. See you next time.